Hey guys, and say hello to a good ass story. And I have been making stories for this guy for a while, but there's something I want to say first. I usually make you guys see my face first, but actually, let's fix that for. Okay, because I want to say something before we actually get into his backstory. Well, by the way, the most biggest, hugest backstory I got for you guys is the reason why he's a singular character, and there's not anything, and there's nothing else. This him. Because I'm using this entire recording for him. That's how big this is. But I'm gonna say this. So I found a text on my YouTube story. I mean on my YouTube channel, and someone texted me saying I can't hear a thing, and I was like, okay, that's weird. And I tried to fix it. I removed it, re-uploaded it, nothing. I deleted it completely. It's gone. Because it's not working. I don't know why that recording is not able to be heard. I'm now going to go have to listen to a lot of recordings just to make sure that those are able to be heard. As far as I could tell, that this started happening recently, so that means there's something going on with my phone that's making that happen, and that's annoying as hell. So, in other words, you guys go on my channel. If you guys see there's a video uploaded, and if it's still not like you can't hear anything, like at least you watched it on TikTok, okay? You can find it on TikTok. And honestly, I'm not gonna delete anything else. I just deleted that one because that one was a little bit annoying. So when I'm doing the other dragons, that's not gonna happen. Ain't not today at least. That's when I'm going to rechange those stories again because I've forgotten them. Also, because I want to change them into a little bit more, a little bit different. They may be the same, they may be different. Depends on you guys. And I'm going to actually post it. I'm going to listen to the recording, and I'm going to make sure that from TikTok clear, from my recording feed clear. Okay? Now I'm wasting already too much time with talking about this. Let's get to this guy's story. Let's go. Okay. So this guy is a great is a bit by the way, he's a bounty hunter, and this is a bounty hunter who's also an alien. He's an alien bounty hunter. And let's talk about his backstory. So his plan so one, he is not from, well, normal galaxy. He is from what I would like to dub the Dr- the the Dracanic Galaxy. Dracanic Galaxy is basically a galaxy that is like pretty much a red and black part of the galaxy. One of the darkest places in the galaxy, and it's in where you can hardly see anything. They have creatures that are called the Devirs, where there are energy being creatures that just float around space because they're so huge. Then we have other roguish beings and aliens that actually use this part of the galaxy as a hiding point because of the fact it's such a shadowy area. So the planes became more of a legalized zone. Now, where this guy is from, it's literally a container black hole planet called the Forsha. The Forsha. Sorry, guys. The Forsha. The Forsha is a planet basically pitch black in darkness. There is no lights other than the lights of the aliens. This is the reason why this guy's hands and his lower chest is glowing. Now, now these alien races are the the Encryptos. Cryptos are creatures, by the way, not cryptos. Cryptos. Cryptos are creatures that are basically there's three variants of them. One is based off of intelligence, one's based off of speed, and one's based off of strength. This guy has a very tough time on this planet because, well, he's a mixture of the intelligent one and the strength one, since he's a mixed breed. For that reason, no one really wants to hang out with him and no one really likes him. And he could leave, but it's illegal, because in his planet and also in the galaxy, it's very illegal to leave your planet. If you enter the planet atmosphere, you're forbidden to leave at that point. And if you do leave, you're basically considered as an illegal outlaw. And with and so this guy chose to not deal with disrespect and disregard and figure a way to escape his planet. Now, usually people are building tech every single day, so him carrying tech materials wasn't that unusual. And no one really cared about him, so no one really wanted to pay attention to what he was doing. So he built a tiny ship, but made it very hard to understand what it was. Because the first thing he built was two spears that were meant to make materials, and that was because he was such a hated character on his planet. Most people who are prisoners and who are also just hated goes into the mines. These things were made to absorb materials, and they just figured that's what they did. But then they started figuring out that he never returned those materials over to Sender. The Sender is a part where those are the only things that can leave the planet, and they go to other parts of the galaxy. And so because of that, they were starting to get suspicious until they realized that these two orbs were not here to just collect. They're here for something else. These machines are able to break themselves down to little tiny blocks and reform into anything that he wants by a little device that he has on his helmet. He made himself an official suit that allowed him to avoid damage. Also, to control his ship and any other tech that he will possibly own for this adventure. And as these things kind of like turn into little tiny blocks, they reform into any weapon that he wants. But also, when he turns into any gun that he wants, the materials that he used fuse it with other of the compounds that are in it to make different forms of, well, bullets for him, I guess you can call it. Or I guess you can say different types of ways he can shoot. Tough time, but he escaped, becoming an outlaw. But he does have his ways of getting around. With his claws and his beast-like feet, he's pretty durable. And even without the suit, he's a pretty agile fighter. So he became a bounty hunter, working for the Intrural government. Pretty much, it's like people who take anyone to become a captive outlaw and who to become a bounty hunter. He was doing this. He was setting people and creatures until he realized what that they were doing, and he didn't like it. That caused him to rebel again, freeing all the prisoners, realizing that they were putting on their deathbed for nothing, and just people wanted to have fun, and then they were also torturing the creatures for also sport. He didn't like that, so he freed them, and then he also secretly made a sanctuary for all the creatures. Now, he goes bounty hunting all those creatures that they're hunting down, and takes them over to their sanctuary to keep them safe. And he's also taking bounty hunting and hunting people who are actually criminals. So yeah, but that is the Bounty Hunter Dark Phantom. Okay, guys, I spent way too much time talking with that for the last part. So in other words, this TikTok is about to end. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoy the story. Crimson Thunder, out.